Hello everyone, welcome to the Patching and IT Automations webinar. I hope you can all hear me well. Can you please raise your hand if you can hear me? Great, that seems to be working. And then I think it's a good idea to start with it. A patching webinar. Let's start at the beginning. My name is Jan. I'm a Senior Customer Success Manager here at Atera, and I am the host of today. By the way, if you have any questions, please use the Q&A, and at the end of the webinar, we can go over them, and hopefully I have some answers on your questions as well. So this is the agenda. Why you should patch? Seems obvious. We go over ad hoc patching, automations, reports, and then we have the live Q&A. Security. We all know how easy it is for the end user to disregard any patches, especially when they don't understand the importance of it. The users will simply click remind me later, or not now, or even just exit out of the reminder altogether, leaving them vulnerable to security threats, unsecured devices and servers, out-of-date software and malware. So the best thing to do is to take control of this yourself and ensure that their devices, servers and general environments are secure and up to date. SLA. This could be part of the service level agreement you have with your customer to ensure their OS and software is up to date and functioning properly. And it's also a way for you to be proactive and thus demonstrate value to your customer through the services you are providing. KBs. Well, we all know not every update is a perfect update and not every KB is a good KB. By managing patches for your users, you can be in control of which patches are installed and when. And maybe you want to test some things out first on a separate environment, or wait to see if a patch will break anything. In this way, you can be the decision maker of what is installed and when. Testing it out, I always recommend it for especially for servers. Finally, one of the most popular client complaints is about device slowness or program slowness. A customer without any slowness is a happy customer. By making sure that all systems and software is up to date, you can ensure that the customer's device is functioning at an optimal level, and this you will have less work in troubleshooting this issue for each customer. Good. Let's go over, not this one, this one. Let's go over ad hoc patching. Under the devices, you see over here, manage. When you click on it, this one is offline, but okay. Then you can see which patches are available to be installed. You cannot do it because it's offline. But this one is online. It's my PC where I'm working up right now. You can click on the manage, and then you will see what is available. You can select it over here, one or more patches which can be installed. Before I do it, I also like to show you that you can go under manage. You have the same, there you can also do patch management. And in the device dashboard itself, you also can go to manage, of course, and you have the same patch management over here. But let's go back to the devices over here, the ad hoc stuff. Click on manage. And you say, okay, I want to install this one. Click on install. And then you will see here it's pending. And when it's done, then you will be informed. And then you can also see it in the processes under the reports. we will see that in a moment. This is the ad hoc stuff. Of course, it's easier when you can automate everything. Then go to admin and patch management and IT automation. Here you can create your profiles, not only for patching, also for rebooting and automation stuff, of course. Here you see that you can exclude patches. Click on manage and it will give all the patches which are available. When you want to exclude something, just click on it. Well, I don't have Windows 7 anymore, so select it. And now Windows 7 is also excluded. What you exclude over here will be excluded on all the profiles which you will create. So on all those profiles, it's excluded. Also on the profile which you are going to create, you can, on top of the general exclusions, you can also exclude some specific patches for that profile. Let's create the profile. Let's call it test. And then you see 3 different columns. I always recommend, you can do everything in one profile, but you can have multiple profiles per device. So I always recommend create a profile for your patch management. You can do the third-party patching also, but you can also create a new one. But certainly create a new profile for the management and maintenance stuff. Let's say we want to do the critical and the security updates. Of course, you can select everything if you like. But I see a lot of times that, for example, critical and security updates will run every week and the others will run once a month. But you also have over here is Windows local updates. So you can, as you know, Windows is also patching. You can have now 2 items. So Windows will be patching and what you are creating here will also be patching. My recommendation is to disable it and that you only will patch from Atera. So then you have full control over it and nothing else will happen unless you want it. Mac, same story. Reboot if needed. You can do that, but then the reboot will start after the patch management profile is finished. So my recommendation is create a reboot, a specific reboot profile, which you can find here, reboot, and run that after the automation profile. For example, this one will start at 2 AM and the reboot will start at 5 AM. It's just an example. It's up to you what you want to do, of course. And when you say, okay, this is a good profile, then you are going to schedule it. Select the frequencies from 1 time up to daily, weekly, monthly, and annually. Let's say weekly. And here you can select 1 or more days and the times belonging to those days. Over here, send email to. There you can add 1 or more email addresses. Then you will receive an email every time when a profile is finished. And in that email are the headlines, what the profile did. And from within that email, you can click through a report, what you will find here on the reports. We will see that a bit later. So then you can say, save it. And now it should be showing over here. And this is the one we just created. Also important, settings, run on offline agents. You can always have that the device is not online. And then you can say, okay, keep trying it for 1 hour up to 1 month. So when that particular device is coming back online, then the automation profile will run anyway. What we also have here, to see there is a third-party patching. Like I said, everything can be in one, but I created multiple ones. Software patch management, that is that will patch software which is installed by using Chocolately for Windows and Homebrew for Mac agents. You can say update all, and here you can say, but exclude specific software patches. Manage on it, and when you click here, let's see, what do we have? That's a new brand what I just invented. So you don't want to install that also. Select it and exclude it. So now those three will be excluded from the patching. The third-party patching is also patching software regardless from the source where it is installed. You can find the list of it in our knowledge base. You can find the knowledge base over here under support. Where is it? Atera support, and then just search on Chocolately or Homebrew and you will see the list, I think 12 or 15 softwares which always will be patched. And then of course you can create another profile. You can do disk management, you can do maintenance, and this can be for the specifically for a reboot. One more thing, this is interesting, run the profile on newly installed agents. When you want to be sure that all the software is installed what you like to have installed on a new device, so you install an Atera agent, and when you have an automation profile like this, let's go back, I think I have one over here. Bundles for agent installation. So when you say now run the profile on newly installed agents, then this profile will run every time when an agent is installed. And here, for example, you can say, I always want to install software which is in this bundle. I have called it bundle 1. Click on it. So, and now Chromas will be installed, Mozilla, Chocolately, zip template, and any other software you like to install, add it to this bundle, select it, and like I said, agent is installed, this profile will run, and all the software will be installed. It's a very nice feature. Like I mentioned before, here you can have email addresses where you receive an email. Let's first see if the patch is already installed. Let's go to reports, classic reports, recent processes. There you can see what is going on, if it's still installing or if it's already done. Yep, this is of today. Click here and you see it's completed. This is the selected patch which we selected on the device 5 minutes ago. Other reports, patch search and deploy. You can do it by see a list of devices with a specific patch installed. I select everything. Filter by all. You can also exclude retired devices. You can, and here you see all the patches. You can also see what is installed, what is more interesting, what is not installed. So that are the lines with a red cross at the end. And if you say, okay, I still want to have this installed, then you can select it here, or you select everything, click on install, and it will be installed anyway. Another report. This is the patch and automation feedback. Let's just do it all customers. We just did one, so it should show up. Yep, this is the one of today. OS patch management is weekly, and you click on it, then you can see the device on which it's installed. Security intelligence update, devices are up to date. And of course, you can have it, let's say, the last 120 days. You can see it's a demo environment. Oh, this is of today. And that is correctly patched. Patch status summary. This is of all the customers, but that can be a report where if you like to show something to your customers, then you can use this. Let's say Atera Networks. Nice graphs. So you see, you have two possibilities. You can do an ad hoc patching when going to the device. And like I mentioned, you can also have multiple threshold profiles. So let's see that the device. Here is the device. There is now one weekly. Let's say that we also want to do the third-party patching, apply, and then you will see that it will show up here. You also see, there it is. You also see here configuration policy. It says beta, but it's we call everything beta when it's not that long ago released. Let's go to admin and the configuration policies. Policy configuration. Windows update restarts. Well, not everybody likes to have a restart right away after the automation profile. So you can say revert to device settings or disable auto restart with a lot on users, restart out of active hours, and here you can enter the hours, or a restart after selected time period. And these are the policy assignments to which customers, folders, and agents. 2 agents in my case. Are there any questions? Thank you, Jim. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions later on, you always can send us an email. If you don't know the email address of your account manager, you can send it to success@atera.com, and then we will take care of it. How can I make sure that Windows 10 will not update to Windows 11? There is a KB for that as well. Just go to our support, to our knowledge base, and find it. But if you see that Atera is not updating it to Windows 11, that's for sure. Some other emails, questions. Jeroen had a lot of emails. Oh. Is there a way to clear KBs that can't be completed? Well, if you have KBs like this and you don't want them installed, exclude them from the profile. Can you configure a message to notify user prior to a reboot? At the moment, well, there is something very small coming, but people are overlooking it. We are working on a notification that before a reboot starts, that there will be a question: do you want to reboot now or later? So that is coming in one of the next releases, Jeff. Is it planned to have alerts be suspended during automated patching? You can, yes, you can do it already, but you have to do it per device. So, and to be honest, I'm not sure if there is an existing script for it. When you go here on the devices, let's take this one. You can hear pause alerts. So, but you have to go into the device. When you have a lot of devices, that is not very comfortable, of course. But Jeroen, I will come back on that one. Let me make a note and ask where we stand with that. Alerts during patching. Okay. Question from Andrew. How long does it take for devices to show they don't have patches after the patching procedure? Sometimes I'll run patches and the device will still say it has patches after I ran them and rebooted the device. Hope that makes sense. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. We are using the API provided by Microsoft for this, and it is consulted, it's updated every hour. So you should say it can take an hour. Are there any other questions? Well, it looks that there are no more questions for now. As I mentioned before, so if you have, let me see if we have something interesting over here. Well, resources. Like I said, the knowledge base. There you can find almost everything what you like to know. Not everything, but that's why we have a support department with a live chat 24/7. We have blogs. We have recorded webinars, and we have specific webinars like we have today. And if it's not that urgent, you always can use support@datera.com. I'm glad you find it very helpful, Andrew. The recording will be published on our site, When you go to the atera.com and go to the resources, there you will find the recording. At the moment, there is a very old recording. So, but this recording will be uploaded in 1 or 2 days. Great, then I think that we can end the webinar. I'd like to thank you all for attending. What I hear is that you all liked it. So, and what I said before, if you have any additional questions, go to our support department or contact your account manager. And if you don't know the email address, then use the address success@atera.com and you will have your answer. Thank you very much. All have a great day. Some people already a great evening. And probably we will talk to each other again in the future. Bye-bye.